Welcome back to Get Down to Business, the show all about small business jobs and entrepreneurship. I'm so excited for this conversation because I am joined with one, the only Martha Razo from Solix Business Services. Martha, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it is such a pleasure. I love talking to amazing entrepreneurs, amazing people doing amazing things, and that's exactly what you and your colleague Miriam are all about. So, Solix Business Services. Can you give the 30-second elevator pitch for our listeners in Chicago and around the world?
Wow. So think about your business as a rocket, and myself and my team as the mathematicians, engineers, and scientists behind the scenes are assuring that your rocket launches up into galaxy and then lands at its destination, whatever that destination is for you.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
I was
So that is an elevator pitch, like honestly, like I've never heard before. So you are, my takeaway over there is that you are a genius and you help businesses to use that data very intelligently. So what do you do for your clients? And I am very excited to hear about, of course, the story of your own entrepreneurship journey, but let's start about the services that Solix provides.
We do several services. The main concept is a business is usually stuck in a place, whatever that is. I mean, it's small or big. And the goal of our business is to go in there, find out what the problem is. And there has to be no problem whatsoever. But there can be a business that needs to grow or wants to know where to go. Sometimes we even help them find out what their goal is. But the idea is that we use data to scale up their business, to drive their business forward. We use numbers. We are not here to like really coach. We use their data to find out where they are and where they're going based on like what their destination is. So one of our basic services is the accelerator program. So that's like if you're not really ready to do our services. So here what we do is you send me your profit and loss, and we give you a forecast of your sales and your profits. And within that, just based on those numbers, we give you our recommendations. And this is done within 24 hours. I mean, this is crazy because when you go into a doctor, you get a physical. So this is a physical or a report card of where your business is. And this is good because sometimes business owners don't even know, am I doing good? Am I not doing good? So this is a good assessment for them that they get in 24 hours, really fast.
Incredible. Again, I'm chatting with Martha Razo, who is the co-founder of Solix Business Services. And Martha, I've been reading quite a bit about you, and I know you have a bachelor's and master's from IIT, but you're pursuing a PhD in industrial engineering at the University of Illinois at Chicago with a focus on data mining and process mining. So I'm curious how you and your co-founder, Miriam, how you met and decided to launch this new enterprise.
So we both actually met at UIC while I was pursuing my PhD. We're in the same lab doing the similar research, and we both have kids of the same age. And just from there, we bonded. And I always told her that I wanted to do this in the future. Like I wanted to help businesses grow because I've been very successful with my family business. I mean, during COVID, we went from 5 million and a lot of businesses were going out of business, including pallet companies, food companies. I mean, everyone's aware of this. Businesses were volatile, so they went out of business. On the contrary, we went from 5 million to 10.1 million, and our profit margins went from 5% to 35%. That is extraordinary. And it was this data-driven decisions. And Miriam actually pushed me to do this business. She's like, Martha, we need to start doing this now. Why do we wait? I'm like, oh my God, I still have to finish my PhD. So we both got together and decided to start. And we started this year and we're so happy. We have been helping so many businesses and I'm excited about all the stories. And I wish I can share all the stories.
I know. And we'll have you back for sure. And I know both you and Miriam are both math, I think it's still a respectful term to say math nerds, but that benefits the business community for sure. So, Martha, who are your clients, and what is your message to the small business owners that might be tuning in to get down to business this evening?
So I work with everyone. I work with small businesses, and that's one of the main reasons I started to help small businesses, because I'm telling you that I run my parents' company, and I realized that small business owners is like a moms and pops business. They work so hard. They have the hard work, they have the passion, but because they're so stuck working in their job, they don't really look at a strategy. And it's not because they cannot do it. They just don't have time because they're just one or two or three people. But now if you have somebody like myself and Miriam, who are not only data scientists, mathematicians, we are also business experts. I have over 10 years of business experience and have been very successful. And now I'm starting another business. I actually have two businesses. We will be there as like, we will drive their hard work and passion into the right direction, because we will create strategy based on their numbers. So these business owners don't need to work hard because they already work hard. I don't have to teach them that. I will help them move that energy and those resources on the right direction to scale up and be successful, whatever that means to them. Success is different for everyone.
Success is different for everybody, and certainly businesses, there's no one size fits all approach. And in a moment, when we bring you back on, we're going to continue our conversation and peel that onion a little bit deeper and talk about your own entrepreneurial experience as well as your advice when we talk about some bottlenecks that are hurting businesses. But we've got to squeeze in a very quick break here on the show all about small business jobs and entrepreneurship. You're listening to Get Down to Business. I'm chatting with one of the co-founders of Solix Business Services, and we're going to continue this conversation right after a very quick break. Don't touch that dial. Back on Get Down to Business, the show all about small business jobs and entrepreneurship. I'm chatting with Martha Razo from Solix Business Services. We've been chatting about how Solix is helping grow companies using business data. We've already started talking about the journey of Solix, Martha and Miriam working together, an attraction to mathematics and an attraction to helping small business owners use data to grow. So, Martha, as we peel this back a little bit, you were just starting to tell us about all of your enterprises, and I know you are passionate about business ownership yourself. What is that one lesson that you sort of learned along the way that you would want to share with our listeners that might help them in their entrepreneurial journey as well?
I actually have 5 tips on my website, so I will summarize those as fast as I could so they get the benefits of it. My website is solixservices.com. And if you go on our website, you will find something called Data-Driven Business Solutions Tips. And these are free, they're accessible. I say have a monthly profit and loss, and make sure that those categories for expenses and for income sources are very detailed, because you want to use that as a venue to understand how you're spending and how you're receiving income. You want to have a yearly business plan at the beginning of the year. And I actually list the categories you have to have. There's where you set your goals and be goal-oriented as possible, because you're going to check at the end of the year and see if you met this. And with your yearly monthly profit and loss, you will get to check that and make sure that you're meeting that yearly target. Have a quarterly break-even price analysis. This is so important. During COVID, prices were down. And then after COVID, we're dealing with a price increase in everything. I mean, from your groceries to, look, now we have gas. So you have to analyze your price and change your price accordingly. Like right now, gas prices are really high. You need to raise your price to stay in business if that's what you have to do. Fourth one, create systems for collecting business data. So have important key business questions and figure out how to collect data to answer those questions in your business. And lastly, be ready to change course if necessary. Sometimes you just have to do a 360 to make sure that your business is driving where you want it to be. So be ready to change and have a growth mindset. Be willing to learn. You don't know everything as a business owner. I don't even know everything. And I'm like a mathematician. Everyone thinks I'm a genius. I don't know everything.
I love it. Again, all of this information, those 5 tips, they're available at solixservices.com. Very easy. I know you have a blog. You've got these 5 data-driven tips that really, as you were saying, Martha, is really practical, not only for big businesses, but really for small business owners as well, and can help you frankly make a lot more money. And I know that you have examples, and I know that if we had more time, we'd be able to share so many more examples. But can you tell us just one story of a business, maybe small business owner that you've been able to help?
Oh, my favorite one. Her name's Eleuth Guzman. She has World Nutrition in Chicago. And during COVID, she was not doing that good when it came to spending. And right after she hired us, it's amazing. Now she has 3 branches. She has one by Loyola University. She has the one in Wicker Park, and she's opening one in Cicero, Illinois. So she went from probably not being successful in her business to opening 3 branches. And we're talking about how to get a drive-through. She does World Nutrition, where she sells smoothies and healthy food for the communities. I love it. She is expanding. So this is one success story.
Wow. Well, congratulations on that. And I know that you have many, many more that if we had more time, we'd be able to share. But the good thing is we're going to encourage all of our listeners to get in touch with you to learn not just the 5 tips, but frankly, the many, many other tips and advice and information that's available on your website. Martha Razo, thank you so much for joining us. Can you share your website one more time with our listeners?
Yes, it's solixservices.com, or they can call me at 312-523-5561. Once again, that's 312-523-5561. You can even text me. If you're like, okay, let's start talking, Martha, help me, text me. I'm very easy to get a hold of.
Well, that's a wrap here on Get Down to Business, the show about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. We'll talk to you again next Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on M560, the answer to success. Let's get down to business.